All right, hey everyone. Welcome to our latest workshop, Redesigning the Travel Experience. I'm Chris UX, and I'm a partner here, Kalen. We're the spy agency located here
Nice
in
to meet you
Atlanta,
guys.
Georgia, and it has been fun. I think this is like our third one this year. And so what we want to, our goal for tonight is we want to break down the travel apps and how can we make it better. Now, we have only 2 hours to make this happen, so this is a very fast-paced, moving workshop, and we broken down into three different parts. And if I can see I'll drop a link to the Fig Jam board, so y'all have access. So you go ahead and tap in, if you can. So I have three major parts here. We're gonna be the discovery process. We're gonna do that for like 20 minutes, and you're gonna do like 20 minutes of ideation, and then like 20 minutes of putting together our slide deck of the solution that we came up with. And of course, the time is flexible here and there, but I'll be kind of keep track of our time to make sure we are done right before 8 o'clock. So that's how we're gonna do it. And since it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're gonna keep everybody in one group, so that's cool. All right.
hmm
So here in the details, all right, travel apps play a crucial role in helping users plan and experience vacations. However, many users face frustration with booking processes, lack of personalization, unexpected costs, and difficulty navigating their travel experience once they arrive. With the rise of AI, mobile technology, and user-centered design, there's opportunity to improve how users book and experience vacations so it's seamless, intuitive, and engaging digital experience. Our product statement. Users often find travel apps cumbersome due to overwhelming choices, lack of transparency in pricing, poor itinerary management, and limited support during their trips. How about we redesign the travel app experience to make booking and experience vacations more seamless, stress-free, and enjoyable? So our objective, like we're doing first, is we try to understand the pain points, and we try to make our enhancements. Um, from here, we want to start here. Now, you haven't used FigJam. FigJam is very similar to Miro. Basically, kind of jump in. Hey, Carolyn, I'll pop in the FitJam link so you can see the link. You can hop in. So, what I want us to do for the next 15 minutes, we will go try to answer some questions here. So, the first one here, what are the most frustrating aspects of booking a trip online, and why do we users abandon the process? So, I had this set right here. So what I want y'all to do here is to really just think about you on a vacation. What are some of the pain points you experiencing? Where is booking the tickets for flights? Is a hotel? Where there's things to do? Like use the notes there and just write down like it had to be formal. Give me anything that comes to mind. Like any frustration you have with traveling. Maybe you just drove from Florida to Colorado on a whim. What I mean? I'm pretty sure there's some pain points there that you experience. You went on vacation, but could be things to make things a little bit easier. So anything that comes to mind, make note of it. I know one thing I saw was adjustments when a flight get canceled. Uh, Atlanta is the busiest airport in the world, and I swear every holiday here, something happens and people end up sleeping here in the city because there's a whole bunch of canceled flights for whatever reason, and they can't. It's hard for them to readjust to get home or get to their destination. Um, Sometime hotels. Kayla and I we went to a tech conference last summer in London, and that was kind of a culture shock because those hotels over there, a lot of them are like over 500 years old, and they didn't even have like air conditioning. Like that wasn't standard. And like I was reading through some of the reviews, they thinking of this one particular hotel they had in mind here. When they get over there, it's something totally different. Like they have smaller beds, they don't have a lot of space. It was like a variety of different issues.
The showering was
Yeah,
different.
yeah, shower is different. Like yeah, it's a lot of different things. I
Is
think
that
another.
would that?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, would that be a UX problem or like a cultural difference?
I think it'd be a little bit of both because that's part. Because
Okay,
it's one and the same. Yeah, it's all part of the experience.
right, right, okay.
Traveling, you know, you, you don't know. You just assume everything's like American. 'Cause if this is all you know, you just assume all hotels are the same. Yep. Um, I think another thing you need to think about is like currency. Because I was like, let me write that down in here. I was watching one video. This guy was going to China, and they very like anti-American everything. And so it's like in like other countries where they might have a secondary English sign. Like if you don't know Chinese, you kind of like SOL. And but he can get past that part. But his frustration was the money system because like in China they had like these mega apps where they use one app to pay for anything, and he had a hard time. So when he realized the app he needed, he had a hard time downloading the app because of restrictions on his phone. He didn't know about it beforehand. Trying to get VPN to work. He was trying to get VPN to work. That was a pain point for him. Yeah, lack of transparency with fees. Yeah, that's a big one. Finding the best price. That's a big one. Like I learned the hard way that when you're looking for flights, I always do it in incognito mode so they won't get any cookies and change prices on you.
Maybe another thing would be knowing the menu. I know that's kind of pulling teeth, but
When you're like, well, you go to a restaurant
when you're on the flight,
on
if
the
it's going
flight.
to be a
Oh
long
yeah, yeah,
flight,
okay.
kind of knowing. I mean, standard they're going to have Coke and chips, but
No,
you never know.
that was yeah because when you went to London, it was so hard to find what the meal was going to be.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because it was
dietary
different.
restrictions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, budgeting. Yeah, that's a big one. Have any of y'all done the group vacations and actually left and they actually got out of the group chat and actually went on vacation?
What with the group vacation? What's going on with that?
I see it a lot. Well, I never experienced it, but like, say it's like someone try to have a girls trip, and then they all had the group chat, and they all in about this girl trip to go to like Miami or something, and then when it's time to pay, then everybody like one by one starting to fall out, and this doesn't happen.
I've had a similar experience, but it's a little different. There's a little more nuance with my experience.
Yeah, I had that same experience. Just the closer it gets to the date, the more people are going to drop out. That is
Ain't
normally how
that
it
crazy?
happens. Yes. Everybody's always down when it's like months out, but
So what happened in yours? Was the trip canceled, or did you just go by yourself? What happened?
oh me, so one of them we didn't end up going at all, and then the other one we actually just we actually just end up going by ourselves. And I think after that, well, not I think after that we stopped like doing group trips. Like somebody else has to plan it. I can't I can't plan
Yeah.
it anymore. It's too frustrating.
People
Yeah.
flaking out. People flaking
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Where were you gonna? Where were you guys planning on going?
Florida. We're actually planning on going to Florida.
That's a, you're not even.
Uh,
It's not even going out the country, and people are flaking
oh
out.
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
Come
Out of the
on.
country is out of the question when it comes to group trips. Like
What the
it's
heck?
out of the question.
That's funny.
And where are you
Yeah.
base camp?
I'm based in Georgia right now, so it's
Come
really a
on.
drive.
It's six
Yeah.
hour drive, and they're like, "Nah, man, I'm not sure if I can make that drive. My
Oh no,
knees."
bro.
Yep.
Come
Yes.
on, man.
It's always like that. And we were thinking about doing our wedding on like out of the country.
Oh, destination wedding?
Yeah, destination wedding.
Woo.
And we
Nice.
just had
Yeah.
it would be limited into like my immediate family and my wife's immediate family. We'll still end up doing it, but we got married during COVID, so it was like a courthouse wedding. So we'll still
Man.
do it, but I don't have the expectations for many people to come.
I didn't
Oh,
want to actually
Yeah.
be cheaper. Just do you a nice gift register because that way you ain't got to worry about nobody flaking and paying for the meals and everything. So
Exactly.
actually, that's gonna work
Exactly.
out for
Exactly.
Yeah. Truly, there's a certain beauty in simplicity.
Yep.
man, I can tell you from experience, man. Before UX, I was a photographer, and I was shooting wedding for years. And I can tell you, man, like the couples that lasted the longest had the most simplest weddings. Like, like all the big ones I did, I don't. Most of them, I don't think they no longer married.
But the good thing is you get repeat business.
God,
That is true.
yo, and I can. I know it's sad, I know it's bad, but yo, we used to be able to call it. So I'm like, hey man, this is a big wedding. Just make sure you do a good job so we get hired for the second one.
Seriously, make sure you pass out your cards.
Right?
Seriously.
Yeah. Edris, what's up?
Good to see you, Edris.
Hey,
This snuck into the room.
Stealth mode on. I didn't know Zoom had a stealth mode.
I know, right?
it does. It just turn on for some people.
See, I gotta upgrade my Zoom. That's what it is.
Yeah. But about the travel thing you guys was talking about, which is why some people just travel with their best friend or just family members. Because it's like you have no
Mhm.
choice.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't travel with my family like that.
Oh yeah.
Like cousins and stuff. More than three
Yeah,
hours, I don't know.
me neither. You know, I'm not gonna. I guess me and Chris really didn't luck out when it came to family. When it came to extended family, I
Oh
really can't,
no.
off the top of my head, think of anybody I would travel to. I mean, unless I'm going to visit them in prison or something like that. I'm kind of good, but friends wise, yes, most
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. You can't and then you can't road trip with just anybody either.
No, definitely, especially not road trips. Some people will
Yeah,
drive you off. You
yeah,
might jump out the car.
yeah. Like, I had two requirements for road trips. So you got to be cool people, and you got to be
Yeah.
a Bucky somewhere on the route.
Mm,
It has to be a Bucky's.
Hey man, you gotta get some of that brisket, bro.
man,
I
when
haven't
I tell
been
you,
You been
like I've
banned from
had the
Bucky's?
no, I've had the brisket and the sandwiches, but I haven't been. Like my wife, she's brought them back, but I haven't been myself, and I need to go.
just pull up on them one day
You
and
gotta
just go.
Yes,
go. It's the
yes.
best.
No,
Hmm.
I heard it's like an hour
I
away
went
from
for the
us.
first time on my road trip and it was amazing.
They tell you
Oh,
they put a little crack in the brisket.
That's one of the main
it's so good.
ingredients.
It's so good.
What's the name of
Every
that place? Bucky's?
Yeah,
mhm.
It's the
you
one with
ever
the otter.
been?
No, I haven't. I don't think I've been there.
And I
What
don't
kind
think
of,
you
what
live
is
life
it?
yet. I don't think you live life yet. You got to go to
It's
Bucky's.
it's a gas station, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know.
No, but it's a huge. It's like the
It's
gas
like if
station.
QT was a shopping mall.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
literally.
Essentially, yeah,
Mm.
Like we don't even go for the gas.
yeah. Nobody fills up over there. Are you crazy? Yeah, this the brisket. You go over there
Mm.
for, and I do believe they even have showers. It's like part
Oh
of
yeah, clean showers and
part
Oh
of
everything.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, for
Tri-Style.
sure.
I've heard that they had some of the best bathrooms,
Oh yeah,
or
it was
some of the
always
cleanest
clean.
bathrooms. Yeah.
Wow. But
Yeah.
one thing I've never, you know, plan on going to is Whataburger.
Oh
Me and Chris were
yeah.
on a trip to Texas, stopped by Whataburger in Jackson, Mississippi. The whole day was ruined.
I'm
Whole day
laughing
was
because I had it
ruined.
for the first time the other night, and I don't need to have it again.
Oh no, no, you have it once. That's too many times. That's two times too many.
What? I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
We have
Really?
one
What
next to
happened?
us now.
Well, we had a indigestion.
Move on now to the next one. How do travelers manage their itineraries and what challenges do they have? The eye freeze?
What
I think I froze up.
It's
Chris
brand
was
new.
my bad. Did Chris just freeze out?
Yeah, yeah. I kicked out and
No,
brought back in.
Yeah, what were you saying, Cam?
no. I said we just got one by it, so I said it's pretty good. It's my first time having it, and maybe it's because it's new, but I like it. It's pretty good.
No, you lucked out with the one good Whataburger
Move,
where they
move,
have actual meat.
move down to the next
Dry
question.
horse meat
I know.
That's crazy.
with ketchup and mustard.
Well, move down to the question below it. How do travelers manage their itineraries and what challenges do they have? Yeah, I just watched this food. I watched this food show on YouTube, and this guy had horse meat. Yeah, it's very very lean. Obviously because they're always running. Yeah, so it's it ain't like no fat cow meat.
Yeah, the most fat you might get maybe in the cheek or something like that. I don't imagine. I don't imagine. I don't imagine
Horse shit.
marbled horse. Seriously, I don't imagine a horse being that marbled.
Yeah, yeah. I was running. Yeah, what I do for itineraries? Because like for me, I went to Cuba years ago when we was allowed to go to Cuba, and but before you went, we booked all these things ahead of time, thinking like, we just trying to pre-plan everything. And when we finally got to Cuba, found out they had that stuff I could have got for like half the price if I just talked to some of the locals and I booked online.
See, yeah, this you had to have some of that Google Translate every once
But
in a while.
but think about it. 'Cause, I went there on a cruise. So we went to Bahamas and went to Cuba, and they try to keep all the money to themselves. So they kind of like I took my mom on this trip. So they try to scare you like, oh, you want to get scammed, blah blah. So book with us, blah blah. And when you get there, these people just cool. They're just trying to make a living. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, it was a couple of scammers there, but it wasn't like it was a city full of scammers. But
They're gonna exaggerate because then you're clinging on to them, and for them the scammers
yeah.
it's just rival business. But Hazuki Hazuki said in Japan they eat the horse meat raw. That's interesting,
They
and the
do.
fact that
I
you're
saw that.
from Japan, yo, shout out to you, man,
We
or
roll
ma'am.
like a yeah, we do like soy sauce. Yeah, mostly. It's good. It's my American husband liked it.
What do you guys
Okay.
eat it with?
Hmm?
What do you guys eat it with? What do you guys pair it with?
Oh, just soy sauce? Or it really depends. Like mostly I would say soy sauce, like a sashimi.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Basically. Yeah, I saw that the same food show. He went to Japan and had some raw meat.
Yeah, we do chicken too.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
but the chicken's not raw, is it? It's not
Oh, it's
raw.
raw. It's
We
raw.
What?
eat raw.
It's raw. I saw it.
How do you guys do that? How's that
We
possible?
we eat almost anything with raw, to be honest. Like we eat raw egg and stuff too.
No, you guys just have stronger stomachs because it must be just a different gut biome.
Yes.
But no, I mean that is the power of fermented foods. That's why I want to incorporate more of that into my diet.
Move down a little bit further. What common issues do you encounter when searching for accommodations, flights, or experiences?
One thing I could say is the knowing the distance of everything. Because
Ooh, you know what? That's a
some
good
people,
one. Mhm.
yeah, some people might not have certain rules of thumb. Like for instance, whenever I talk to somebody that hasn't traveled too much, I always say my rule of thumb is the airport is an hour from downtown. Downtown. That's always something that I just keep in mind. But you never really know how far flung certain things could be.
I was thinking more of when you use like the GPS, it's hard to get the walking routes instead of driving routes.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like yeah, I think that's a pain point. Because like even when we was in London, like they kept giving us a driving route, we was on foot, and like say it took us like 45 minutes to walk there, 'cause you followed the driving route, but you had like the walking route, we probably got there in half the time.
You remember City Mappers, that app that I use?
Hmm.
That's a good app. If you guys are ever traveling to different cities, City Mapper, because you're able to, it'll give you the walking route, or it'll mix it up. It'll find the fastest route via the metro, the tramway, the bike, the walking, freaking hang gliding, whatever you need in order to get across the city.
All right, you had too much for that one. Follow me up to this other question here. How do travelers handle unexpected disruptions when things go bad? And things will go bad. Like, how do you handle you had like a delay in flight or cancellation or someone lost your reservations or whatever the case may be?
Because I wonder how in depth travel insurance is. I know they have insurance for traveling, but that's just going to be one coverage and then
But,
some
yeah,
policies might have a traveling clause or
And then you got
But what happens to you happens to you right then and there.
that's true. Yeah, you're not able to call the insurance company like that.
and then they have stipulations on what they will refund your trip back for.
Hmm.
Right.
Which not, I mean, something happened, but if it
Yep, you muted. What does it mean?
No, yeah, it's blue. Blue, you muted.
You
Or
muted Blue.
Michael. I'm so
I
used to
mean
calling
Michael.
blue
I know,
Michael.
right? I know, my bad. Michael, you muted.
am I still muted?
All
Oh,
right, I
there
can
you
hear you
go.
now.
Or was it last? No, I was saying my mom had did a trip a few years ago, so and we had to it was one of them group trips and they flaked out, but she had already bought her ticket. But we trying
Man,
to get insurance, so we trying to get it back, but they wouldn't refund it like that. You needed to be sick or death in the family or something like that. So she just basically took the loss.
Damn.
So you got to check the wording too.
Yeah.
moral of the story for tonight. If you guys take nothing else,
A
be
group trip.
careful of group trips. Yeah.
Right.
That's actually why we did this event.
That's funny. Which I got here. Make it more involved, more tools for connecting and relating, budget to pay for alternative options, provide direct access to customer support. Yeah, that's a good one. Find alternative by app.
Some I'm thinking maybe I'm not sure if it would be GPS based, but having like an emergency number app where wherever you know what kind of emergency, local hospitals or emergency centers and number for the place, because of course other countries not going to
That's
be 911.
interesting. Yeah, like yeah, when you just fell off a cliff or something there, like
Yeah.
you know, nearest hospital or services, anything, yeah, 'cause you new to the city.
Then you're in the middle of Austria or something like that, and you don't know what number to call. You
You call
911
911 and
but
realize you're not in America.
yeah, exactly. You just have somebody, you just prank calling somebody. Oh, what's you doing on my line,
I think well, some countries 912. I think if I read correctly.
man? I imagine it's every combination he can have. Some might be 411. So like, I don't know. That's not something I really think about.
Yeah.
And even for the times that we have traveled, I never thought about, dang, what's the local emergency number here?
Oh, I like this one. Purchase insurance that provide options for free support.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I think everybody pretty settled with this one. Keep it moving. I know you kind of move kind of fast paced, but we got another section to go to. What role does personalization play in travel planning, and where do current travel apps fall short in providing relevant recommendations? Personalization, I'm thinking like yeah, I mean, I know most apps kind of like pretty general. Is there anything more personal you would like to see if you're traveling? That particular to you. Like I imagine like some people travel, they may want to do a family trip to like, to Disneyland or something, or Universal Studios, or some people maybe be going just for hiking and camping. Like is there anything that's personalized or feel personalized when you putting in your vacation?
That's the interesting thing when it comes to travel is there are different travel styles. You have some people that are a bit more, I guess, rogue. Things are unplanned, a bit more spontaneous. You got people that they have certain things they want to see, they want to hold in on.
Hmm.
So that's something to consider as well when building out an app. Like, how do you travel? What is traveling for you? Do you just want to see the Eiffel Tower, or do you want to talk to the locals and find out the best cafe?
Yeah. Oh, yep. Age-based personalization. That's good. That's a good point. When things are age appropriate.
Hmm.
Yeah. Onboarding, activity-based. Yeah. Okay. We got some stuff here. All right. Just keep it moving down here. How do travelers navigate and experience a new destination, and what information or tools will improve their on-the-go experience? Uh, it's kind of cool. I don't know if you've been ever seen it, Kaylin, but I know downtown, or used to be, I don't know if it happened since the pandemic, but you used to have like these Atlanta, what's the word I'm looking for? Not officers, but Atlanta guides. They'd be on the street. They have certain uniform and kiosks out there where anybody can walk
Mm,
up to them, and then they hand them pamphlets or give them directions, or like a courtesy guide.
right.
Right
Yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
street. You know.
You still see that in places like DC and stuff like that, or well, people will give you like a map or something like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that's dwindled a lot over the years.
especially with phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
True, true. But it is a good courtesy, and it's a great way to
It's personal because,
build.
like,
Yeah,
like you just talk to a human being, and they can tell you, like, what things do you like, and they kind of give you recommendations based off that better than probably what an app could.
because they know the city, they know the area. It adds a communal aspect to travel, and ideally, in my idealistic mind, traveling does kind of uh strengthen a global community in a
Mhm.
way. Just being a global citizen in a way.
See something at bookmark things to do with TikTok or IG. That
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people do watch like little travel IG stories and TikTok videos.
Restaurants and stuff like that. Heck, that's how we came across Crave Caribbean, the place in North Carolina.
Yeah, you're right. I was
Yeah.
thinking about what's that dude's name? Keith Lee. They be traveling to the food reviews.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go to the city or bookmark with something that he reviewed. Make sure you go there or don't go there.
Right, right. So okay, this one's a 2.5 out of 5. Let me stay away from that.
Yeah, Atlanta fared horribly when he came here.
Of course. If you guys ever come to Atlanta for anything, please don't come for the food. Please don't. I mean, the food is going to be there, but don't make that why you're coming to Atlanta.
That's crazy. I think Atlanta has some of the best food ever. And I'm from New York. New York has
Really?
every
What?
time I eat in
That's
Atlanta, I eat
crazy.
good food. I'm telling you.
No,
Where did you go eat at? I didn't even know where you ate at.
Oh, the last time I was there, I went to this place called Grana. It's like an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Grana. Trying
Uh-huh.
to
no, it's just I feel like you go to the higher end stuff. You just know how to pick your
maybe, but
restaurants.
I don't know. My sister takes me out and like I eat good every single time.
The thing with New York is you can walk into anywhere for any price and get good food.
That
That's
is
true.
true.
That's the
That's a
thing with New York.
fact.
But even the
Seriously.
like, regular restaurants like ramen places that I've been to, sushi, there's like this place like where she lives, there's a place called Po Boy and
Okay, yeah.
That's
QQ.
good. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've had bad food in Atlanta. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased.
And now, if you
Yeah,
go to
maybe
like
it's
some
me
of
and
the
Chris. I don't
no,
know.
yeah, no, like when we go to the international communities, like to the locally owned restaurants, we get good food and service.
Right.
But like some of the fancy ones, like you know, for example, last week we went to an African restaurant last week, right? And actually the food
Yeah.
was good,
The food was phenomenal. Food blew me
but
out the
it was
water.
like mainstream Atlanta where they had to turn everything to a damn club. I don't like loud music with my food.
Look, the only thing that was missing was the hookah.
And they had grass walls and they had Afro beats, and it was just like, oh,
And
That's
then
that's the full setup.
yeah, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, no, that's terrible.
And it's funny because we walked in. It's almost like they knew we were coming. And so we walk in. It's a networking event. They have like a little mix between like hip hop and R&B playing, and it's very low. You're able to talk to the person across the room. And we had a conversation with one of the people that was setting it up, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's we're just so happy we're able to hear each other." She's like, "Yeah, we make sure that that's one of the things we're mindful of as we when we set up these events. The night goes on, people really start to network. We're setting a lot down for our food, and all of a sudden I'm hearing the dum 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 dum. I'm like, yo, is that are they starting to play Kid?
Yeah, and the
And
music
it started getting
like getting
louder.
louder.
Every song, it got 2 decibels louder. And it's just slightly louder until I'm yelling across the table, like, Chris, what do you plan on drinking?
I'm eating lamb. I can't hear you.
Like, that's
Yeah,
the
they
Atlanta
messed up.
experience, unfortunately, when it
Yeah.
comes to restaurants.
All right, so we have some good stuff here.
At least where we go.
Yeah, I know, right? But we
Yeah,
are,
I
where
think it's
y'all from?
general.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny enough though. We going to get some Ethiopian after this workshop though.
Yeah, most def. Look, honey wine, 2 words.
Yeah, that's it. A whole jug.
Disgusting.
All right, so we go with some of the problems they have here. I think we got enough here to work with. So find the best price, lack of transparency with fees, overwhelmed by the options of hotels, transportation options, adjustments when a flight get canceled, deciding where to stay at, budgeting. What other things we see on here? Yeah, some people manage it on the fly. People use a third-party app. Good note to keep an itinerary. Okay. Notes app with screenshots of bookings. So sounds probably we can solve here. GPS so that shows the walking distance. Who else got up here? Suggest date based on locations. Connecting and relating. Purchase insurance. How insurance works. Budget to pay for alternative options. Direct access to customer support. All right. Cool. All right, so we got some stuff to work with here, and we'll just we got it here. Age-based personalization for better recommendations. Adult only should be an option. Okay. Better filtering, activity-based personalization, and bookmark things to do via TikTok or IG. Observing the experience of others on social media. Highlighted landmark activities, restaurants on the map, information on transportation methods, and finding what to do on YouTube. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I did the same thing. All right, Google Map favorite lists. Okay, all right. So we're going to take the information here, and then we're going to go into our how might we's here. So on this one, stop time, top music, preset. So how might we? I think how might we have a personalized experience? How might we do everything like how we can travel with one app? And my thing is, I think it's possible because I mean, China had those mega apps. You know, they do everything on one app, super apps.
One thing I'm thinking about is you have, I think it's it's not Trivago. It's one of those apps where you're able to you book the flight, you book the hotel, all these different things you're able to do on the app, but it's a bit surface level. I'm thinking if there were, like, for instance, with this app, and wondering about how to personalize the experience, what if they made travel profiles? There has to be profiles as to different forms of traveling. I don't think that's something that's been categorized.
Okay, so maybe you need like this don't belong in How About We, but I want to make a note of it anyway. Changing the onboarding experience
Most stuff.
of the app. Yeah, I guess like to your point, it's not really it's offering a service, but they're not offering a service to you. You know what I mean? It's not like I guess
Right.
they go back to the personalization of it.
It's centralizing the booking and all these different things, but there's no story behind it. There's no you behind it.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna run with that. Key features. We move down. Key features to make your travel app experience solve the current pain points. So yes, that's what we put your idea. We're gonna put it down in here. The personalized onboarding experience. And then you want to change up the customer service. And then how to make adjustment when things go wrong. And I guess I'm gonna leave our group. I think we all good on group trips, so we're not gonna mention that.
Yeah, seriously, we got to get those group chats together. You know, we
Oh,
got
you know
to.
what? But we do want to find a way to integrate social media because a lot of people get information from social media,
Right.
like as far as like what to do, where to go, where to eat, the things to look out for, and it would be good to collect those things.
And then that's how you would also find like-minded people that's like you in other spaces too that you might be able to find and look out while you going over there.
It's like a social media community within the app.
Yeah, let's say if UXs wanted to meet up, or people that may like, you know, future, where you want to link up,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
or whatever's going on in that particular area where you're traveling to.
It's crazy because that kind of leads into exactly what I was thinking. Is imagine in this app you were able to know what events were happening
Yeah, that's what I
in
mean.
the
Like
area
your airlights, as
while
opposed
you're
to
there.
just
I won't put out music because that's something I can relate to personally. Where I was like kind of looking at who's going on tour this year, and oftentimes they don't come to Atlanta, and like, but how far am I willing to go to see them, and how would I book that experience if it is out of town? Because like for example, we went to see artists in Charlotte, what I mean,
right.
so we
Mhm.
had to plan that trip to go out to Charlotte, you know, but
I mean,
that was
but wherever you go, it could be different stuff going on when you go there. It might be a football game or something that weekend, or hypothetically speaking, it might be something like Mardi Gras going on in a particular country that you're not familiar with, and they might have something going on during that time, just so you'll know how to navigate once you get there.
Like for instance, I'm gonna be in Brazil from the 9th to the 12th. What's going on in Brazil? Do they have
Right,
dance classes? Do they have events? Are they certain artists? Like that kind of thing.
right, exactly. What's going on during the time frame that you're gonna be there?
all right. So they'd be on like popular things to do. Sorry, like you can go into the app and kind of tell you some of the popular things that people are looking up or looking for.
Right. That are happening as you are there.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting together. I can't watch my time here. So let's put together some what want we use? Squares, just sections, shapes.
Maybe to get some circles in there. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
All
joking about the circles.
right. So together now, let's plot this out. And I feel like this is a good opportunity to use AI too. Uh, I think an idea is how do y'all feel about when you download the app instead of going straight to booking your travel, you want them to get to know you first. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Do we have an option to pull in here?
I personally, when I go to a booking out, I don't really care if you know me or not. I'm really trying to set up my flight information and find the cheapest information and the hotels. But I get what you're saying. You can kind of like set up a profile to a certain extent, but I think that's only gonna do but so much. That's just my take, though.
You got
Well,
to think, you
Um,
want to, because one thing is they can let you know what's going on in the city, but what they tell you may not be relevant to you, or it may not be things that you even
yeah,
like unless they know who you are.
because the
yeah. I was
thing
thinking like,
is, oh no,
uh, I
you.
was, I was gonna say I was thinking something like how I think like when you join like Spotify or like even Ticketmaster, like they ask you what some of the events you like or like people you listening to or like genres and like stuff like that. Like it can be something similar that gives you better recommendations for things to do when you're on the trip.
So maybe
Exactly.
like a short onboarding process of asking some key questions, I guess.
Interest,
Yeah,
interest.
interest. Yeah,
Yeah. And then on top of it, well, to Michael's point, that would be just a booking app, but this is supposed to be a bit more. It's a
Okay.
holistic travel app
Okay.
because you're supposed to be able to go in it and from from the flight there to the flight back, you should be having everything planned out in
Okay.
there, centralizing your whole travel experience.
So yeah, so they ask you some basic questions, and then of course, when you're doing stuff like that, you want to keep in mind of you still want a quick onboarding experience. I mean,
mhm,
it's not a dating profile here.
yeah.
So, but speaking of that, like what would be some questions you would ask to get things started? Like to get for you to onboard to this app to quickly get to where you're trying to get to. I mean, of course, you have some standard questions like,
Are you traveling for business, pleasure, like
okay, yeah, uh, reason for travel.
reason for travel? Yeah. Um,
Where you're going.
Okay, that's a good one. Where are you going?
maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe like something like, do you prefer places with beaches or mountains, or like get a little bit clear on like
Cold or something.
if the yeah, like it cold, hot, like if you want to be a little bit more specific, and or we get recommendations, give recommendations for like destinations you can take as well as things to do. Um,
It'd be a better way to phrase that.
yeah,
We have in the chat here as well,
oh
dates as well, like the dates, of course, you know, that you would be there,
yeah.
age, who do you travel with?
Yeah, is it a group? I guess would be a word. And then like a subset question is, are there any minors or children?
Mm,
Yeah, with children. Cause they could, yeah, cause that can help shape your recommendations. Like it won't say recommending you nightclubs or anything.
Right.
yeah.
It's a family trip.
I'm not gonna lie, the question, are there any minors, sounds wild.
I know that's why I changed it to
Yeah,
children.
thank you so much.
We're living in the Drake era right now.
Yeah, it's a Drake Diddy era. You got to be mindful,
You can ask like if they prefer to stay in a hotel or a hostel.
Mm.
Mm,
or even an Airbnb.
Yeah, but then they'd probably just go to the Airbnb app.
Airbnb.
That is true. Yeah.
What about
That
sexual
was
orientation?
Why would that be important?
Because you might not want to know who you want to hang out with.
I guess maybe to know what kind of clubs they want to go to.
I
Yeah,
say
that is
yeah, maybe
true.
type of club.
That's really specific.
Yeah, it's not broad enough. What else? What else would it? What else would that function besides a club being like gay friendly?
Okay, let me see.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I don't see it being broad enough.
Okay.
Um,
I
are
think
you? What you say?
I said the questions I think are good for like just the onboarding.
Okay. Yeah, it's reasons for travel. Where are you going? Dates to travel is a group of the children. About say I want to ask a question about like about what type of activities to kind of help narrow down the results.
Right, right.
Wouldn't
Uh,
that consider like a reason for travel though?
the reason for travel could be business or leisure, and but say it's leisure, but maybe you're
Yeah.
the type of person who just want to go to the beach and chill, or you're the
Right.
type of person who just want to eat food all the time, or you're the type of person who want to go to the club and some concerts.
Or
And
maybe even go in the mountains.
or like what is your three main focus or something? Like you go, you want to eat a lot, focus on focus on the historical side, or like
What do you
nature
what
activity.
what do you want to experience the most?
And
Like,
then maybe like a ranking list.
yeah, cause I imagine AI powered, and then so like if AI asking you what do you want to experience the most, then you'd be like, oh yeah, I want to experience these type of things, like cause I want to experience tour spots, or I'm like I want to experience the local community, I want to experience the concert. Like you let them know, it won't be like a drop down box or anything. You just tell them straight out, what do you want to experience the most? Why are you going to the city? And then you kind of make it from there. Cause like yeah, I'm going for leisure, but what type of leisure are you looking for? You know. But I think what do you want to experience the most is broad enough to kind of help narrow it down a little bit. Need to know you, but I think that's good for onboarding process. All right, so now we got that the next screen up. Um, Now we're gonna make this. And then another thing you got to think about, we're gonna make this app special. Um, well, how y'all feel about how y'all feel about money overseas? Like, would that a pain point for any of y'all?
Hmm.
As far as, or y'all just use credit card mostly? That wasn't a big deal.
Well, for me, I know in my experience, I like to get the paper money, for souvenirs, and also there are certain places where for me it just simplifies things in a way. And one of the main questions I always have is this currency stronger or weaker? And then about how much is the conversion? Because I usually kind of keep the conversion in my head. Like, for instance, when you go to Europe, I can't remember exactly, but $100 is maybe about 120. over there. Meanwhile, when you go to Canada, $100 is about 70. Like 100 of their currency is like 70 of ours.
So let's talk features. So what about you go in this app and the first thing they tell you is the daily exchange rate in the country you're in currently?
How many people would be able to do the math on
No, you do
it?
the math for you.
Okay.
So like, so
Okay.
you enter the app and like, yo, this is what your dollar worth today.
Conversion
Okay.
rate, yeah.
So it would be by the dollar. Okay. So it's fairly simple to
You're not
grasp.
wondering because you know it changes
Well,
daily.
would I go on the app though, like every time I'm purchasing something just to make sure or is it like you look at it for one, like I'm gonna look at it today and then tomorrow I'll probably look at it again and see if anything changed. Like, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because
How would I?
I feel like if you're using this app, like say, because you're using it more for booking, like say you're using this to make an itinerary and everything else. So if you're
Yeah.
using it to plan out your trip, you go into the app every day or your trip.
Anyway, yeah.
You're right, you know what I mean? And that'd be the first thing. It could be at the top of the page. Like so, you log into your dashboard. It could be in the dashboard. This is today's exchange rates.
Almost like the weather. It's
Yeah,
there. You don't have to click on it, but it's there.
but you know what? But to your point, that's another thing is weather. How you dressing for that day?
Right. And then another thing I'm thinking about, because the conversion rate, for instance, let's say you're heading to Venezuela. Now the of course, their currency might not be as strong as the dollar, but the price for everything might be so expensive to the point where it costs more. So knowing, I guess, the average price, I'm not sure how that would be able to be put in the app, but I do know that that is a pain point as well.
I think it's a pain point when you go to certain countries where negotiating your price is common
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
here. You either pay
Right.
for it and
True.
go. You know, yeah, that's a good one. But I feel like, cause now I feel like we building more than just a booking app. Be booking. I mean, be creating a travel companion.
Travel companion. Okay. I'm gonna
Okay, I
remember that
like
for the
that. I
name
like that.
for
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
that's a
okay.
good name. Yeah.
I like that too. I just came up. That was a bar. I'm putting
Because
that.
now we want to move away from the travel app and the
Uh,
booking.
See, that is agility.
yeah. So now it's a companion. Like you hop on the app. You see what the exchange rate is for that day. You see what the weather is that day. Like you wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is checking the app. You may have your itinerary for the day.
I just thought of something. You can add like a calculator. So even though the exchange rate will be there, if someone wants to know like what $100 or $1,000 of their money is worth, they can just input it and it'll automatically you know, show them what it is.
I
That's a
like
great
that.
idea. Yeah.
I like that. I'll put this on this side. Yep, I think
Also,
that's
like it is hard to, tell someone what the prices of stuff is in the other country in that currency, but there could be something that is just like, oh, today the price of, a gallon of milk in Brazil is, this much, like, I don't know, something random, but it would kind of give you an idea because people go off of like gas, price of eggs.
Right.
It kind of gives you
Yeah.
an, or like a meal at, regular restaurant. I don't know.
It's
I
like
would I
things that are
would show that.
fairly standard.
Yeah.
I think like
Just so
gas,
the person
eggs,
can know,
water.
like, okay, my currency is helpful here, but how,
Make sure you're not
like,
getting ripped off.
yeah.
I saw that some
Would
people
it
making trips to India where they got like overcharged for a taxi.
would inviting the members on your trip to update the itinerary be a feature too, or
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a
Sure.
great idea. Like collaboration.
yeah.
Yeah. Having
Okay.
that kind of collaboration feature. Everybody's able to pitch in. Hey, maybe even having a group chat in the app. Who knows?
Almost got out of spell for a second. Okay, there we go. Think it out. Collaboration feature, itinerary. I like that.
What do you think about like some kind of translation widget or you can put like common little phrases in there and it'll tell you
Ooh,
the
I like
language.
that. Common phrases.
Yeah. alongside with like a comprehensible pronunciation, I think would be helpful.
Yeah, like you trying to find the bathroom or how much of these fries?
Right.
I like that. Yeah, and it's easy to just press that button and and speak it and somebody understand. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe even have it
How much
you
is the
know,
taxi? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
right. Have it separated in categories, like you're wondering, like you said, where's the taxi, where's the metro? It's
Mhm.
separated travel. I don't think bathroom needs its own category, but who knows? Restaurants.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So you got a daily itinerary. You can collab with it, change the change rates. Oh, you know what? Flight updates. That stuff changes.
Yeah.
Like they did, and that's just like if they need to see a notification like, hey, I mean, you ride certain airlines, they're gonna see you that if you have their app, but it would be good to know how this one app they tell you, hey, by the
Yeah.
way, this flight has an update or cancellation or whatever the case may be.
All right. So Hanaya said in the comments, we can have a top 5 list, such as best hotel, best travel destination, or something like that, based on people's ratings, comments, and stuff.
Mm. Let's call it a what's a better way to do this? Because it'll be more than just typical filter. It'll just say like so we could assume it's AI powered, but it'll just say
Right.
uh
Like recommendations or something.
I would say popular hotel bookings.
Yeah, restaurants. Top like top restaurants. Given price range as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be filtered by price.
Right.
'Cause, some people like come to Atlanta eating out at fancy Italian restaurants sometimes. You know what I mean? And then
Places we don't get
some
to
people go to
frequent.
Whataburger.
Look, Penelope, I need your list. I need
I got you. I got you.
please.
What if what if you did something kind of how like Amazon does Amazon's Choice? So every time that someone searches for like, a hotel, a restaurant, an activity, like it'll just be highlighted as like, you know, the app's choice.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Because like Amazon's Choice always sticks out to me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Having that top rating, because you look at it, you're like, okay, I trust it. And
I
maybe
feel
even having
yeah,
being able to see the ratings as well.
I feel like Amazon's Choice is usually the one with the best ratings, but also the best price. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
really affordable too.
Mm.
Keep you from like searching all day. You just find, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you good to go. I like that. I like that. Um, yeah, and I guess what you put most popular events, but it'd be like, well, you know what? Event recommendations, because we did an onboarding process, so they know what you're looking for.
Mhm.
There we go. What about a daily news/news update options? So, for example, after the user selects where they're visiting, there'll be a section with breaking news about politics, conflict zones, places to avoid, etc.
Mm, mm,
I like that. I like that.
Places to avoid is really good.
Yeah, most def. Because you might go to certain areas and you don't know where the shoddy parts of town are. And
Yeah.
you're walking around and it could be block by block. You just went to a pizzeria and all of a sudden there's some sketchy characters lining the block.
I just put crime warning, like it gets give you like a color based thing, let you know like, yo, you in the red area, bro. You may want to look around
Yeah.
here.
On a map, there should be like color coded, like, good
Yeah,
area.
Almost like a
Yeah.
weather map.
Honestly, I wish I had that now in Denver. Like, I just got here and I don't know where I should steer clear from.
Does Denver have those kind of areas where it's kind
Yes,
of,
Yes, every
I mean,
yes,
imagine
city.
everywhere.
yes.
There's
No
no
place is
city.
safe.
I'm just imagining somebody coming zooted out of their mind and just be like, dude, like, give me your
I
wallet,
mean,
man.
what I'm the most worried of is like, guns. Like, I don't know, this whole country. That's the biggest fear. It's like
That's
shooting.
true. Yeah.
Crime one color map.
I hope DC does too. Washington, DC.
Mm.
Definitely, Washington, DC definitely needs that. As somebody that frequents DC constantly, yeah, DC is one of those places you turn a corner and it's, oh, this is nice. This is nice. Where the hell am I?
I would really want to see like a AI troubleshoot feature, say a blizzard came through and your flight is canceled. What do you do now? And then the app is smart enough to tell you like, hey, your flight just got canceled. Here's the recommendations of places to sleep in for the night.
Mm,
I mean, because first thing you do when something happens that's not planned, you're gonna panic. You're like, okay, what do I do? How do I make adjustments? How do I read? How do I pivot? But the app's like, hey, I understand what's going on because I just got the notification that your flight was canceled. So you may want to sleep here tonight, or I got me in 1 year. I think it was American Airlines went down for like 2 3 days or whatever,
hmm.
and like the app be smart enough to know like, hey, here's some available flights that you can purchase, so you still
Right.
get.
Yeah, I can imagine a travel companion, travel with ease, to travel with peace of mind. Something like that. I'm
Yeah,
ready. I'm ready getting the slogan together.
yeah,
The
because we all
slogan.
know, because like you call
Okay.
customer support, they're gonna do but so much. It's a long wait for them to tell you nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then
Or
you're stressed out and you get somebody with an attitude on the other side.
yeah, or maybe the app can tell you like, hey, your flight was canceled, but Delta is letting you know that you get a voucher. It letting you know what to do.
Right. Hmm. Next steps.
I mean, to me, it's being a real companion. Like it's solving a problem.
And I mean, heck, I imagine people wouldn't need a reminder, but it's like, remember to contact such and such, such and such, let them know.
Okay, so okay, I like what we have here. This could be our features, right? But what about you using this when you're on your trip? But what about before the trip?
A packing checklist.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
That's essential.
Also, with AI, I feel like you don't have to limit it to like only a help feature. Someone could be able to be like, okay, I'm going to this place for this many days. Give me a checklist of everything I probably will need, you know?
Travel checklists.
Yeah.
Right. And then on top of it being based on the activities, what you'll be doing.
Yeah, or where you're going, because like a big one that I always forget is the outlet adapter.
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
Key.
I
Very
keep that in my
specific
luggage.
thing, but it's easy to forget.
Yeah. So checklists and reminders. But you can't be a procrastinator. Like you can't be trying to pack the morning of.
Well, with our app, you can. That's one of the selling features. You could pack 5 hours before. You could pack 5 minutes before. We
Yeah,
got you.
like me, I like packing the night
Just be
before.
quick.
Like I like packing the night before and checking everything, and then like if I am missing something, I realize in the morning of I can throw it in the bag real quick. I'm not trying
Look,
to rush. I can think on it, but I like the checklist and reminders, and then the checklist can generate automatically.
I
And
am a week out planner.
but I was thinking more, and I was thinking even more broadly. Like say you had pets and you had to board them somewhere. Like that should be in your checklist.
Exactly.
Make sure they have a place to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? Have somebody go check on your house or something.
So would the boarding
Your
be
mail.
part of the app? Finding local boarding
No,
places.
this letting you know that you need to do it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, like yo, you like where you pick on to go? You know what I mean? Like you have somebody getting your mail because if you got a mailbox stuff with mail, that people know you're not there.
Right, right, right.
Right, right.
Or if you have Amazon
Yeah,
packages coming, which you would hope people would think about it, but
yo, I've seen people they travel and forgot they had boxes coming, and then
yeah,
they get got, and somebody stole their drawers that they just ordered.
Right. Seriously, the ones they needed.
Right. What they needed for their trip.
Yeah, the extra elastic.
Yeah, yeah. Reminders, checklist. Yeah, I think that's good. I think I think we can have a better booking experience. Yeah, 'cause this is stuff that goes on before, like we call this pre-travel.
Mm.
And I want y'all to know, like, this is real life here because, like, Kayla and I, we just had a meeting before this workshop on the app that we're working on, and the app is pretty simple, but it was so much thought we had to think about. When you put these screens together, how things and how it operates. Uh, on my day job right now, I work in healthcare UX, and oh, thank you. No, thank you for the pre-travel. Thank you. I'm working on a search engine for my job, and we had to think about what people type in, how they search for anything medical. If they searching by procedure, like say someone hurt their knee, but they don't know what type of doctor that fixes that. Well, will the search be smart enough to lead you to the right doctor? Like I had to think about these things.
Right.
Like, it's more than just designing the UI for. Like we really had to. Okay, at the end of the day, as UX designer, your job is you are a problem solver. Your job is for solving the user. That's a core job description. Yeah, it may make you look pretty with the UI and everything else later, but it can be the prettiest app in the world. But if it doesn't solve any problems, then it is worthless. And I feel like what we're creating here, like it's solving a problem. Like I feel like instead of needing 5, 6 different apps, this one app can help you put all your whole experience together. So I like this. And then like as far as the booking experience, like that goes in terms of flights. Like and then like you may be picking about your flights. Like I know for me, you may not want the middle seat.
Right.
And so as the app learns you, like okay, I'm not gonna recommend flights that had nothing but middle seats available. Or you want to go business class. You know.
Something that was a big pain point. When I was taking a trip in Canada, there were so many different points of travel
Hmm.
that I had to keep track of. From you had to take the flight over there, and then on this day you're taking the train over here, and then you're gonna be taking the flight back. But before you take the flight back, you have to take a bus from this place to the airport. It was like these different things. So I guess it would really be helpful if they were able to kind of map out your trip. Like for instance, if you have different planes you have to catch, trains, buses, that kind of thing.
I was also thinking about it reminds you of the TSA rules if you're not familiar with them.
Right. That
Like
was
as
good.
you hack in your checklist, like yeah, you may have like toothpaste on there, but you bring in your family size toothpaste that you bought from Sam's Club, they're gonna make you throw
Yeah.
it out.
Right.
Okay,
And it's a good toothpaste.
right? Like, throw away your Toms. You pay top price for the Toms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's organic. Do you want it?
Yeah. So like, letting you know that it's not just letting you know to pack your toothpaste, letting you know like yo, make sure it's only in a 2 ounce container.
Right.
Otherwise, it's gonna be thrown out. You know. Don't bring your gun. If you bring your gun, make sure it's totally emptied out in the TSA box.
Right. And then also different rules in different countries. Because, for instance, if you're flying back from England, for example, make sure to put your stuff in a plastic bag, the liquids.
Yes. Yeah. So you're gonna worry about doing it when you get there.
What
Another thing.
about a budget planner?
Budget planner.
I like that.
You know what? And like, when I think budget planner, I'm thinking like a very robust feature. Like say you got your budget is $1,000, and you just tell the app that, and you're gonna book everything you can within that budget.
That would be,
You know what I'm saying? You ain't try to
a
calculate
dream.
like you ain't think about the hidden fees on your flights. You ain't think about hidden fees
Right.
on the hotel, it covers all that. You know, he probably put set aside a food budget for you. You know, that could be an option. You want food like a food budget included or not? Like,
That
yeah.
is actually that would be that would
I
ease that would
don't
ease
think
my
anyone does
mind.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know how it is because you may try to go cheap and take Spirit Airlines, then you realize on Spirit you got to pay for your own seat cushion. You got
Right.
to pay
Yeah.
to use the toilet.
Yeah, yeah. You can't get no water. You
Yeah,
ain't
you know,
getting no
water. You can't
peanuts.
breathe without an extra fee.
Seriously.
You
You
might
can't
not just
stand
need to
up.
be traveling.
Seriously.
Evaluate the whole process.
And dang it, now I got a Spirit flight that's 7 hours.
Hey, but maybe you're a nomad. You know what I'm saying? You just or you just want a quick weekend getaway. You don't wanna, you about to go crazy.
And Hazuki made another point. Visa ESTA info as well.
Oh, yep, that's a good one. That's a
Mm,
good one.
dang, so many. I didn't realize how many pain points were in traveling.
Yeah,
That's why it's so stressful.
and I was about to mention that like say it can be aware of your if you peer TSA pre-check or not, global entry,
Right. Maybe
passport.
even suggest them. No, I mean, probably not suggest them, but yeah.
And it would be smart enough to know, or they can be part of your checklist. Because like, if it knows where you're going, if it knows you're going out of the country, it'll automatically know like, yo, did you pack your passport?
Right.
You know,
That would be nice.
and then it'd be even smarter to let you know like, yo, uh, is it going to expire within 30 days? Because like I believe that if your passport expires within 30 days, you can't use it.
Hmm.
Like it'd be smart enough to let you know all these things, so you don't have to think about these things.
Yeah, I like
No, but
that.
yeah, Visa's a great one. Like, is there a fee? Like, how much is the Visa? Where you get the Visa from?
And how long is it for? Various things. And then even for instance, when going to Canada, I forgot, it was some weird thing. You had to you had to go through some sort of check-in thing where you had to you had to make sure that you didn't have certain things you were bringing into the country. So there's just different steps that certain countries have and require in order for you to be able to
Try to
go
make sure
in
you
and
don't
out.
smoking no bananas in there, and you just throwing out the whole crops and situation over there.
Exactly. Right.
I was thinking something. I just lost my train of thought. I was just thinking something else. That can include global entry, passport, pre-check.
You're talking about the bananas.
If you talk about the bananas, I had a brain fart. I guess it wasn't that important because I just lost it. It may come back to me. Oh man, I feel it. It's on top of my head. It's like the tip of my tongue. It relates to budgeting.
If you
Oh,
love it, let it
travel.
go.
I thought about it. It goes up here with the itinerary. When to leave.
Mm.
They gotta kick you out.
No, like for example, like if you taking a train somewhere, like okay, yeah, the train station may be only 20 minutes from your hotel, but you using that train to go to another country, so you need to be there at least an hour early for check-in.
Yep.
Right.
Like a lot of people think like you're not like America, you can just come in last minute, you hop on a train.
Nah.
So it would be smart to tell you like, yo, you can leave now so you have enough time to check in and make sure you're good.
Right. Because certain times, the train stations are almost like an airport.
Yeah, in an airport as well. Like, yo, you need to check in for your flight in a certain time. You don't want to wait till 5 minutes for your flight leaves. So the app tell you like, yo, we notifying you now. You know the airport's 20 minutes away. You need an hour to go through customs. Or wherever else you had to go through. All right. So
What if it had?
Mhm.
Sorry, one more thing. What if, like, I know we talked about like the personalization and everything, but what if it's like, you brought up nomads and say, cool, I'm done with this trip. What if we had like templates of like trips that you should take? Like, okay, here's your next like 7 days in Europe, do something like that, or like,
Recommendations for next trip.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
actually
good.
really cool. Yeah. It almost makes me think about how Duolingo has articles.
Oh, they let you know about trips and stuff.
Well, not about trips, but just they'll have different articles about language learning stuff, fun facts about different languages, that kind of thing. But it keeps you engaged. It keeps you in the loop with the language learning community.
Okay. So now, even the last part of this, it turned into an actual product for us now. We need a name for this.
A travel companion, right?
That could be the name?
I thought it was. I mean, I
Okay.
like
Oh,
it.
buddy.
I'm so
All right.
But if anybody else has ideas, please, if anybody
Well,
objects,
what did we say?
travel companion.
I like Tribal Buddy.
What about travel
Same
pal?
thing, but it's just more.
Yeah. Yeah, travel buddy,
All
travel
right.
pal.
Okay, yo. All right. You like using the word partner a lot. So,
Yeah.
partner. So yeah. So what's our favorite? Companion, buddy, partner. Hey, don't all speak at once.
Okay. So we have two for buddy right now.
Okay. Oh, two for buddy.
Okay.
For companion.
Companion ain't that popular. You got another
Obviously.
buddy?
yeah,
Because
because
if you,
I
I'm looking at it from a marketing aspect, not
yeah.
from a UX aspect. I'm talking about something that's going to be catchy. Did you check my travel buddy? Not. I'm looking for my travel companion.
Yeah.
I'm looking at from.
Yeah.
Once the product is developed, I'm looking at the marketing aspect of who gonna actually pick this up and why is this interesting? It's a little catch to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
travel companion sounds so formal.
Yeah, and then travel buddy is like casual.
Yeah. And my travel companion, I don't feel like I could go out with drinks for him, for drinks with them. Travel buddy.
All right. I just asked Mia Journey to give me a mascot for well, for the travel companion app. But we're gonna call it. So we're gonna go with travel buddy.
It's gonna be a plane with
Why you don't
legs.
like the word buddy? You laughing over there. Let me get me in on the joke.
Oh no,
No.
because it's like I don't know. I think like '90s where it kind of reminds me of like a chia pet or
Well, I'm looking at the side like a side. I want
no,
another
your
word for
point
like
is valid. Like
sidekick or a companion,
yeah,
but
no, your
so
point.
like
Yeah, your point is very valid. Like you totally right about that. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just find it funny, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, get the new travel buddy. He has the freaking the guitar riffs, the zooming in, all the colors.
Midjourney gave me for a mascot.
All four of them.
No, they give 4 options. I mean, you can revise it however, but this is what it gave me.
I like the rabbit.
You like the
I like
rabbit?
I like the little cat in the corner
You
with the
would.
It was
You like
cool.
Garfield.
with that baseball head because it looked like we going somewhere.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah, I
where
got
we
you.
going?
He does look prepared.
Okay, all right. So I get the one with the hat. I wish Midjourney was smart enough to add an A to it.
I'm not gonna lie. The other two creatures on the side, I don't know. I do not know what they are. The one at the top, I don't know if it's a cat, a dog, a ferret. The one at the bottom.
Definitely a
That's a,
cat.
that's a
They're
cat
all
right here, man. They look like
cats.
Garfield to me.
Garfield and Peter
But
Rabbit.
where's the mouth?
You don't need to
It's
eat.
there.
Yeah.
The orange one?
Yeah, there's no
It's
mouth.
there.
Right
There's a
there.
little line.
Oh
Right
no, it was
there.
so small. Okay, now I see.
You there, Kaylin?
Okay, zoom in just one more time for me.
He looked lost. I don't
did.
think we need him at the end.
Yeah, I don't want him. I don't want to be traveling with him. He's gonna get us robbed.
He looked like the person that need the travel buddy.
Seriously. He's gonna turn around. Where's my iPad? Oh, dude, freaking he pickpocketed it. Freaking took your passport. Now they're you. Now they're freaking Mittens Cattington.
All right, so we got that. So we get Travel Buddy got a little mascot here. What problems did we solve?
Every single one of them.
You say easier booking experience.
Mm-hmm. Flow, the travel flow.
overall travel experience is just a smooth flow to it, without a lot of bumps and hiccups.
I want to say easier prepping for travel.
Yeah.
Right.
What else did we do? A
Time
daily
consumption.
guide.
Confidence in troubleshooting.
Yeah.
That's a good
Oh
one.
yeah, that's a big one.
Things to do.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because like same thing with the day job. You're not going to show them your design. So you show them, okay, what was the problem? Why are you designing in the first place? Well, this
Right.
is what the problem you're trying to solve, right? And I feel like we solved it.
That's a really good way to kind of point north.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. And like, why would 'cause like say 'cause this is like a slide deck for an investor, right? So I think it's better than the competitor. How is it better than the competitor?
Oh man, look, I'm a throw Travago under the no, it's not, it starts with an F. Is it Fidelity? Is it Expedia? Expedia. There we go. Expedia is only for booking. You do not get the flow of the trip.
And with like Priceline, I think.
So we say most apps are only for booking.
Right. I mean, truly, that is, yeah.
That is true. The most of them is just, they're not really trying to think about your whole experience. They're just trying to get your money to book these hotels and flights. They don't really care too much about it. I mean, of course, we're doing the same thing, but we're just doing it in a more personalized way.
I mean, with us, we have the conversion calculator. They don't have a conversion calculator.
Yeah. All right, I've got a calculator, bro.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, well, you had a better word for that. Easier to adjust to new country, to new destination.
Right. And the personalization aspect, because a lot of other apps lack the personalization. They're just tools.
Very true. Very personalized. Yeah. Okay. This basically because the sideline to this question is okay. 'Cause these are questions like you would tell an investor. Uh, why would this make make a ton of money? Okay,
Is everything centralized?
yeah, everything's centralized, but you're making it. But I think it's an overall better experience. Less headache,
Mm-hmm. Reduces
but
stress.
less
The
pain.
overall thing that will make the money is they are staying in the app longer.
Mm. They're using the app. Yeah, yeah, very good point. They're using the app every day of the trip,
Right. Exactly. Because
not just to book it.
the app is there with you before, during, after. Now, how many times do you open up your Expedia app? I'm sure
After
some
I
of you
book
guys
it,
have.
once I
Yeah.
check in, I'm good.
Yeah. Seriously. That's really it. You touch base with it once or twice. You want to see, okay, my flight's at this. That's it.
Because was it you, Cam, that mentioned like recommendations for future bookings? Because that's repeat money right there.
Exactly. Right. And then also, there is, I believe there are the startings of a communal aspect even to the traveling app. There's like, it makes traveling a bit more communal. You're getting feedback from, different people, recommendations, stuff like that.
You feel like you're not alone, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're not traveling buddy. I mean, he has the baseball cap for a reason. Look at his backpack.
Look at the backpack.
Look at the backpack, man.
Yeah, yeah. Because like I said, you don't know where to eat or where the best places to stay, but based off of what other users are booking at, where they're eating at, they tell you this is where you should go.
Right.
Oh,
This
it's,
might take it a little bit off course. So if we don't need it, we don't need it. But what about a section like once people have been on trips? Let's say how you talking about you went to Brazil, and let's say I already previously used the app and I went to Brazil because I got my profile and everything. Maybe you could message me and ask me how was the trip, what did I like, what I didn't like. So you kind of actually getting the firsthand experience of somebody that actually did the same thing
Right,
you're about to do.
right.
yo, how about
Hmm.
a digital passport? They go to your profile and see the places you've been.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
All
we about to be
right.
rich.
They're cooking.
Can
Digital
I say
passport.
something?
Yes,
Yeah,
Miss
go
Ma'am.
ahead.
Okay, so since you're adding in like the element of like the social media profile, which I think is a great idea to have someone like be able to, showcase where they have been, I think you should just call the app like Explorer, and then in the like, the tag just be like your travel companion or your travel buddy. But like I think the name should just be Explorer. Travel buddy is just like no offense, there's a little cheesy. Little
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I, I look. I'm hurt, but I agree.
But
You
I
know,
I
think
there is a cheesiness to
because
it.
of the
I
whole
didn't hear
like
you. I didn't
social
hear your
media like
recommendation. What did you
profile
say?
thing,
Uh-huh.
travel buddy is like less applicable. I don't know.
No, I get that. I just didn't hear what you said. The change. What
It,
did
it
you?
no,
What?
it did kind of
she
cut
said
out.
she said explored.
Explore. Okay,
Explored.
yeah.
Or,
Travel.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you could put in like, the like what's like the slogan, like your travel buddy or your travel companion.
I got you.
Okay. Okay.
You compromising with them. I like that.
See,
Well, I can
this
think
is
of slogans
deals.
No,
all day. So I mean, I'm with it.
explorer. Explorer.
Explorer. Okay.
There you go. Maybe just explore. I don't know.
There's
Something
something
along
with
those lines.
Right.
yeah. What about adventure?
Like about Explorer, the ultimate travel buddy. So something a tagline to go.
Yeah, there you go. Slogan.
Mm.
I like that.
Now, nobody's up for adventurer, or just explorer. Just keep
Not
exploring.
Link. I know
That's good
Hyrule.
too. That gives the same vibe. But
The
yeah,
tomato.
I like the idea of like you have a profile and then you can, showcase where you've been.
I like that too.
Yeah, that is a
We
good
did
idea.
good. In an hour and a half, we solved travel apps.
Yep.
Yo, man, we like 3 for 3, Caitlin.
Oh yeah, most
Last time we came up with a dope dating app. They would blow everything out the water. And then what we do the first one? Oh, the music experience. That was fun too.
Yeah.
And funny
And-
enough, after we did that workshop, Most Def about to sell physical product for the next album.
Really? Do you think
Yeah.
you saw the video?
I know. Yeah,
Watching
he about
live
to drop
from
an
South
album
Africa.
he about to drop an album with the producer Alchemist.
Mm.
But he's very anti-streaming. Like even the last Black Star album didn't go on Spotify.
Yeah.
So the album came out with Alchemist. You had to buy his merch, but on that merch, it could be like some type of code you scan, whatever. It downloads the album to your device.
That is
But-
smart.
I mean, that ain't original. Prince originated that with the concert tickets, but I give him that. But he ain't come up with nothing original.
But
Well, most def ain't say he was original.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I ain't say he's the only one. But you got to think about it. Like even before him, Travis Scott had similar deal before he started had that fatal thing at his concert.
Yeah.
Kanye had the Beat Machine. He downloaded Donda straight from the box.
Yeah. Man, the beat machine that looked like skin.
Yeah,
I hate the coloring of it, but he did have it. It was there.
The fact is, people are exploring ways to go physical again. Even cassette sales went up in the past couple of years.
I've heard about that.
Because people tired of streaming and they want to own their music again, and then the artist's not getting paid.
Listen, people want to own things again. It's like you have to rent everything. You remember even you even had something like Pro Tools or something like that. You just bought the disc. There you go. Microsoft Office. You bought the disc. There you go. You have it.
Yeah, paying every month.
Gotta pay every month.
Yeah,
Come
then
on,
they
man.
put a dime in you.
And then ends up being more.
Like what we did is special here, man. Because we could have easily done a booking app, and we did something so much more than that in an hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah, but we walked it through it. Like we found out what the pain points was, what the issues that we had with it. We put together our insights.
what it does is it shows the value of UX.
And it shows how things can grow and evolve and change.
Right.
Because once you got here and like some of y'all got here in the field for real, when they give you an assignment or UX assignment, it's going to change. Like every assignment I had, it's supposed to change. Because the more you learn about it and like really think about it and trying to solve the problem, it's going to mold and change and evolve, and that's how it should be. But I think sometimes you working with a startup, it's hard to do that because they so bent off that one thing they had, and you trying to give them something better, and they can't see past it, and they ain't no failing. That's why have a 90% failure rate with startups because they can't pivot.
Because they're lumbering, they're
Yeah.
very stiff, and something that can't bend is going to shatter.
I mean, I can see a startup now saying they want a booking app. You trying to give them this, and they don't want it. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Like
No. I want to do Expedia, but in green. All
Yeah.
right. Go
Yeah.
ahead and make it green Expedia.
And I think another thing that boot camps don't really teach you either, that like we advocated for the user, you still had to advocate for the business side because that's the ones that paying you.
True. Yeah.
So,
You have
like,
to be a
so
mediator.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like even with the Explorer, like it had to be marketable for it to get money. It can't be just a great app for users, but we need investors, and now we get a reason for investors to give us money to make this app.
Look, I just want to take a little second to plug this book. We're not getting paid for it, not yet, but this is a good book.
Yeah. I'm rereading this book too. It's called Articulating Design Decisions.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was talking about it in my webinar last week, but basically, I got in a situation at my job a few weeks ago where they gave me an assignment, and I designed everything, whatever. And usually, after you design something, you have to present it in front of your peers, called peer review. And and sometimes excuse me, it can be a real cool vibe, and sometimes you make you feel like you're in Gladiator, like you just surrounded by people ready to attack you.
Are you not entertained?
Because they picking apart your design. But not to make you look bad. They're trying to make sure you had the best design possible. And so I got a situation just a few weeks ago where I went to peer review and I lost. It should not be a win-lose situation, but that's how I take things because I'm a winner. You know what I mean? So, and then even after I lost this peer review, in which they made me go back and make some changes, I still feel like I had the best design. But the problem was I didn't defend it the best way I could. And that's why I had to go back to that book because you can have the best design in the world, but you can't convince the other people around you to believe in your design. It's no good. So that book I definitely recommend it because it's not only telling you how to defend your design and how to relate to other people to get them on your side to push forward with that design that you have. And that can be applied to your day job. It can be applied to a startup. It can be applied to marketing, anything. So yeah. So I read the book before I get my first job. I rereading it now after working in the field for so long now because after rereading it, I realized like what, I got too comfortable. I didn't tell the story of how I went from this problem to this solution and how I tried these other different things that didn't work to lead me to the solution that I had. So, but yeah, and that's why we're doing these workshops because I feel like a lot of workshops can be so focused on the UI design, but really, you really know how to think as a UX designer, how to solve the problem. I mean, because if you want to know how to make something look pretty, that's just a graphic designer. But they're really understanding how to get to the core issue. That's the biggest thing, and especially for me because I work in healthcare, I don't know crap about healthcare. You know what I mean? So I'm asking a ton of questions and trying to understand to solve this problem. And so I feel like as UX designer and know how to think through anything, you can work anywhere. Like I don't even travel that much, and you can come out with a very dope travel app. You know what I mean? We do the same thing with the dating app. We do the same thing with the music experience. In which we come with a physical product for the music for the music workshop. It wasn't even an app. That was a whole physical product. So I'm hoping y'all that attend the workshop just think broadly and think outside the digital space. Like you solve problems everywhere you go.
Right.
And I'm hoping that will help you land your next job because when I get my job in healthcare, like I say, I don't know anything about healthcare. I didn't have no healthcare in my portfolio. I showed them my fashion design client to get a healthcare job, but they saw the way I was thinking through a problem. They saw the questions I was asking, and with the impact that I made through the case study. That would help me get the job, and so just gotta kind of keep that in mind, but that's how I think through a process of solving problems, you know. So
These
we
things
try to do this
translate.
every month, now we may take a break next month only because we're in the middle of designing an app right now,
Right.
and it's taking a lot of our time right now, and we're trying to get it behind us. But um, yeah, but I want to keep doing these creative apps because not only good for y'all, it's good for me too. Because you work in corporate, like one thing my manager told me is he said he liked me because I'm not corporatized like everybody, like my fellow designers who've been working corporate for 10, 15 years. He liked the way that I work outside the box, because that can happen, and so
Oh,
these
Steph.
exercises are good for you mentally and creatively to keep you fresh and thinking. But do I have any questions?
No question, but I do want to piggyback off something you said. Like, I think for me and working in UX, it's always about like articulating your like designs, like you said. And I started reading the book as well. I actually need to finish it because I have the same things that happens. Like, we might end up on the solution I thought was the best, but I didn't articulate it well enough. So it's like a whole round. We might spend an extra month going through rounds of, you
Yeah,
know, iterations, even though like I just didn't articulate it enough. So I really appreciate this, even like the UX thinking and everything. Like sometimes we don't at my job, I don't get to go through the whole process, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, we need to do this. So here are things that like they already have some of this stuff solved. So they were like, oh, we're on a time crunch, so do this.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel like a little bit of a graphic designer, which kind of kills kills it a
Yeah,
little bit. But having these side projects and making sure I'm like thinking through the UX definitely like I don't know, it helps and keeps you sharp as well. Like asking the right questions is so important, like it's so important is you get better at it as you go, but like I think that's something that people like, especially when I started, I didn't realize asking the right questions was so important. Sometimes I'm like, oh, how did you think of that? Or like they don't tell me these things like when I'm asking questions, or it's just about how you ask the questions. And sometimes it's not even like you asking the question or you're not leading them by the question, if that makes sense. Sometimes you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so how do you think of it instead of saying, well, like being more specific into the question? Just make it more broad and seeing what they think, like your stakeholders seeing what they think also helps a
I
lot
see
more.
you like had the job as asking questions, like
Yeah,
that's the bulk of it. And to your point, I'm going through a similar situation because like the new stuff I'm working on now is UI heavy because we have our own separate research team. They did all the research stuff. We have a UX writer. Like anytime I type up anything, even if it's save and close, she analyzing it.
yeah,
It's good to have, but it do kind of like kill the experience because because it's time to me to present in peer review, I'm kind of lost because I wasn't there for the research part, to defend my
right,
design. What I
right.
mean? So it do become kind of challenging. Yeah, so I definitely feel on that. Yeah, and for y'all who go corporate, that may happen. You as being part of a bigger team. But on the good side of it is I'm working with people who are a lot more experienced than me, and I'm always gleaning from them and learning from them. And most people are pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, or like if you're in charge of an assignment, you have to be a leader too. You're not just a designer, you're a leader. you know, so you got to ask the right questions to the PO, you got to ask the right questions to the researcher, you checking on them and they checking on you. Is a lot of project management involved. It's very heavy with that. Like my calendar is more full with team meetings than me going hands on working on some UI work. So
100%.
yeah. And I think and that's something else we probably try to incorporate into a workshop in the future because I'm trying to incorporate elements that you won't get through a Google course. You know,
Right.
it's easy to have your typical basic case study, but it's so much more on the job that you can benefit from and how to operate to be successful in it. And I'm learning. I'm still learning to this day. It's
And
so much.
and also don't forget, you guys, to put your LinkedIn in the
Yeah, man.
chat. Keep the network going.
Definitely. You never know, man. Because I had a guy at my job. Like we just had a round of layoffs a couple of weeks ago, but before that, we had a guy that he was out of work for like a year and a half, and this because he knew my manager's manager, he got a job. So your network is definitely your net worth. Like For real. And you know, and y'all know how it goes. You apply for jobs, and you try to go, and you depend on ATS, and you know, nobody lay odds on your resume. It's
Right.
who you know, and that's why you keep going to events and meeting people too, because you just never know where we may need somebody in our network. So, yeah, definitely for sure. But you have any ideas, anything you'd like us to cover, or anything like that? Most of you are connected with me already on LinkedIn. Just shoot me a message. I'm open. You know. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all for coming in tonight. This was fun. I loved it.
It's always fun. It's getting funner.
Yeah, funner.
Yeah. So, funner.
For sure. All right, y'all. But have a good night. I appreciate it.
Thank
All
you so
right.
Oh, nice meeting everybody.
Thank
Yeah. It
you.
was a
Thank you.
pleasure. Good night,
Nice to meet
y'all.
you all.
And stop the recording.